She says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion?
America, America, from sea to shining sea.
Even though Whoopi Goldberg is known for her quick wit and comeback, she could have met her match this time. The audience was left in shock on social media when political analyst Caroline Leavitt unexpectedly turned the tables on Whoopi during a heated debate on The View. When Whoopi tried to minimize Litt's career with a contemptuous comment, the conversation quickly took a dramatic turn instead of retreating, but Lev's bold retort caught everyone off guard and made the room erupt. Joy Behar momentarily appeared in shock when The View's co-host's typical consensus faltered. What exactly happened at that moment, and why is this referred to as the instant Whoopi lost control? Let's analyze it. The program, hosted by Whoopi Goldberg, has long dominated daytime television as a platform for political and cultural discussions. It is renowned for its open dialogue and unrestrained interactions, especially when conservative guests are on stage. The panel, which includes Sunny host and seasoned co-host Joy Behar, frequently presents a united front, vehemently defending progressive viewpoints while refuting those of the opposition. However, in recent years, things have started to change, with viewers paying more attention to every heated discussion. Some are beginning to question if the viewpoint encourages free discourse or if it merely silences those who disagree with the program's stance. Viral encounters with conservative people, such as political experts and former Trump officials, have increased the perception that right-leaning guests are set up to fail because they are interrupted before they can complete their response and subjected to a flurry of fast-paced questions. When Caroline Leavitt, a rising conservative voice known for her aggressive and confident debate style, took the stage, everyone was prepared for the fight, but few saw how different this encounter would be. Another example of a conservative guest being stay part wasn't meant to take place here. Instead, it took over the conversation in a way that obviously unnerved Whoopi and the other guests.
Carrie Underwood will take the stage at Trump's inauguration singing America the Beautiful. She said to the Post, I love our country and I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event. I am humbled to answer the call at a time when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and look into the future. Well, that wasn't good enough for the tolerant left, of course, who is outraged over Carrie being outed as MAGA. X is blowing up with jokes about how she should sing her hit song before he cheats. Some are calling for her to be boycotted. And
2. As usual, Whoopi Goldberg took the lead, fusing her signature snark with a commanding presence. The View began the segment with smug laughter, coordinated nods, and the confidence that comes with being in one's own country. The conversation then turned to wokeness, one of the show's most popular catchphrases. You wouldn't even have this job if you weren't woke. Whoopi smirked as she leaned back in her chair and spoke directly to Caroline Leavitt. It was an attempt to discredit Litt's career by suggesting that her success came from the very progressive ideals she regularly criticizes rather than from hard work or talent. For a brief moment, the atmosphere in the studio altered. Even the crowd that normally cheers Whoopi's remarks paused, and there wasn't as much of the raucous laughter as usual. When Joy Behar, who usually fills in for her co-host, realized the seriousness of what had just been said, she became visibly uncomfortable. This was not just a point of contention, it was an outright attempt to downplay Litt's accomplishments, intelligence, and work ethic in a single comment, hoping that the conversation would continue. However, Whoopi was unaware of what was going to happen, and Leavitt had no intention of ignoring it. Then there was an unexpected change in power.
Rich weighed in, saying there are several top-tier country artists who support Trump, and I wish they'd finally have the balls to come forward and be counted. Ain't nothing outlaw about keeping your mouth shut to appease the record label. Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of sissy boys. Carrie is talented, she is graceful, she is a class act, she has great legs, not that it matters, but she is everything that the tolerant left is.
For a while, the studio was quiet. Everyone in the room appeared to be holding their breath, and Goldberg leaned back, certain that her remark had landed, expecting a defensive reaction or a scared slip. The problem with this show, she said in a firm voice, is that you don't dismiss people like me because of what we say. Rather, you do it because we challenge your narrative. Caroline Leavitt did something much more powerful than back down. She didn't flinch. Instead, she looked Whoopi in the eye right away and responded with calm assurance rather than rage. For the first time in the section, Whisper's distinctive smile faltered and the air became tense and quiet with a few gasps. She may have realized that this wasn't the talk they had expected. The audience paused. Some applauded out of habit, but it felt forced and wasn't a typical thunderous cheer, and Whoopi, who is known for her incisive comebacks, didn't have one for once. Joy Behar looked down, and the panel, which was so used to setting the parameters of discussion, was suddenly on the defensive levitt. She wasn't rushing for acceptance or seeking affirmation, but she laid out the issue they weren't prepared to face. The view had turned into an echo chamber where opposing viewpoints were ignored rather than heard. Furthermore, for the first time in a long time, the view didn't feel invincible.
Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain.
This time, the script twist was reversed, and the brawl between Caroline Leavitt and Whoopi Goldberg was supposed to be just another dispute on The View. The fact that DET detractors have been stating for years that The View is a setup rather than an actual conversation was revealed when Whoopi's attempt to silence Elle backfired. Even those who disagree with Leavitt acknowledged that Whoopi's remark about wokeness came across as more condescending than wise, which caused social media to go crazy. This raises a more crucial question: is the viewpoint losing credibility? At a time when viewers are more aware of bias than ever before, the show, which was once known for its lively discussions, now seems more like an echo chamber where opposing views are welcome only to be ridiculed. Incidents like this could also hurt the media's reputation and ratings because it is still a debate show or merely a takedown mechanism. If you enjoy content that analyzes important media moments, please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, and subscribe.
Wouldn't do it, even though I
You
can't
would not sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
A lot of my family voted for Trump. They love the country and vote for him. I think that people make these decisions
Fine.
for a lot of
Okay,
reasons.
fine. And I would not be the person to say don't do it, because I believe in free speech and everything about it. I personally would not do it. No one's asked me, but that's